Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20, breaks free to the 25 to the 30 to the outside. 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this TGI Mickey Ficky Friday. It's the weekend, baby. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button. And now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. But wait, there's more. Go to the show's page. Go to Shawn and Maya in the morning, like that page as well. So not only will you be following Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, man. Go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, put on the notification button. That's the little bell right next to it, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Watching us on our mobile app. Come on. Don't even tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. Come on, man. Get with the program. What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Here, listen. Download the app. Wherever you go, get your apps wherever you get them from, whether it's iTunes or Google Play or Amazon or Walmart or Kmart or 7-Eleven or Zayre or Zemsky, Macy, Montgomery Wards, Woolworth, Goldblatt's. Doesn't matter. Just go there. You type in Sports Zone Chicago, download it, take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, and not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew, and I mean a slew of articles. Thanks to my man Clarence, Council the Third. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching us on a Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel right to your television. Put it there next to Netflix, Hulu, Max, Apple. Oh, snap. Today's Friday. A new episode of Power has come out. Yay. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I digress. Disney Plus, Stars, Paramount Plus, all those. Just put Sports Zone Chicago's channel right there. You can watch us on a big screen. Hell, we're on a big screen, right, Mickey, Vicky? Now. You can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online, you want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy one handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. Now, we got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, whether it's our mobile app, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you. So give it all, baby. Give them all. Give it to me all, baby. All questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. Like The Rock said, don't sing it, just bring it. Let's see. Let's check out the chat and see what's going on in the chat. Cornelius Squalls, early bird. There you go. What up, what up, what up, sports zoners? Good morning, Cornelius. How are you, Papa? Good morning, Ma. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Patty Lara. Happy Mickey. Vicky. Friday the 13th. Not 10th. 10th. Friday the 13th. My man Michelle Walls in the house. Good morning. No burpees. What was funny is the finish up for the workout today was a little core workout. We had shoulder presses, which it was good. I got one. Whatever. Anyway, I have strong shoulders, so it was good. But the end of the workout, we put the bars and the weights away, and then it was a 9-minute AMRAP, as many rounds as possible of 20 sit-ups and 20 Supermans. Supermans are you turn over on your stomach and you get your legs and your hands off the ground. Really focuses on your posterior chain, especially lower back. And I'm like, damn, that's a lot. And one of the girls, and I thought of you, Michelle, because one of the girls was like, can I do burpees instead of Supermans? And her partner was like, one of her good friends, like, yeah, can I do them too? And the coach was like, all right, if you want to. So we're doing sit-ups and Supermans. They're doing sit-ups and burpees. And I'm like, who in their right mind? Who in their right mind does burpees willingly? I don't know. But I thought of you, Michelle. I thought that was pretty funny. Oh, Jeremiah. Good morning, Jeremiah. I like it. And Monica, if she's there watching too. Good morning, Monica. Good morning, Jeremiah. Good morning, Dito. I know you're at school, but you'll see this eventually. Oh, man. Bruja 7 in the house. Good morning, Papa. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. And listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. Man, we got a good show. I am fired up. Week 2, baby. Week 2. Man, we're at a stage right now where it's kind of weird. You know, at the beginning of the season, everybody thinks they're going 17-0 and they're going to the Super Bowl. Okay, or most teams. But even after week 1, there's still a lot of question marks. Now we got out with the dub, we got out with the win, but there's still question marks. And in thinking about it, see, I'm a little, it's weird. I'm thinking that the Bears are going to give us something that's going to be a little different, because a lot of people are talking about the lack of weapons and, you know, I don't know, just something feels right to them about this. I don't have a rhyme or reason for it. I don't. You know, I was listening to people this morning talk about it, and they're like, they're going to miss Rome, most likely. Keenan still, you know, got his heel injury, so we're kind of down some receivers. We didn't score an offensive touchdown last week. And I gave my prediction yesterday on the Bears Den podcast that we have here on Sports Zone Chicago in collaboration with War Media. So I gave my prediction then, and then I heard a whole bunch of stuff this morning. And it changed my opinion a little bit. But It shouldn't even say that. It didn't really change my opinion. Despite all the negative things that were being said, they're true. I shouldn't even say negative. I should say the negative aspects of it. Because they weren't talking shit. They were just giving stating facts that could cause the Bears to not play so well. I said, yeah, but despite that, I feel good. I feel there's too many, and we're going to talk about it. And if you caught yesterday's edition of the Bears Den, I'm going to repeat some of those things. But there's just a little bit too much redemption necessary this week. Too many players, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Okay, especially on that side of the ball. I'll give my score again. And again, if you were here yesterday and watched the Bears, then you will have seen it. But that's okay. That's all right. I'm fine with that. Here, let's see. First of all, let me make sure we say what's up to everybody else in the chat. Plank is in the house. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I know I saw it. Here it is. My guy, Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. My junior's in the house. And no, it was great. I went to go see him yesterday. I got to hang out with him for a little bit, a quick hot second, because yesterday was a busy day for your boy. Oh, my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Busy day. I drove over 120 miles yesterday. Yes. Crazy. But I did get a chance to head up because I was already out there. Oh, I did pick up those ones. I did pick up those Air Force Ones. I was fired up about it. Excuse me. I just had a bowl of fruit. And so like when I eat fruit, I don't know why my nose runs. I don't know. It's just weird. And then the back of my throat's a little itchy. Why? I have no idea. But I digress. But I did pick up those Air Force Ones. And they're $60. And I'm like, and I looked at them like, damn, these are good. I'm like, they look really good. I'm like, are these real? I'm like, because these look good. And the person's like, they're $60. I'm like, well, okay. I said, well, I feel good now because these $60. I said, these look really, really, really good. Had a nice weight to it. I mean, just real leather. I was like, wow. I was impressed. I'm really, really impressed. Really, really impressed. So I had, and when I went to see Junior, I saw him. He's like, those ones are fire. Yeah. So I was excited about that. And I got to see my guy for a little bit. And we greeted each other the way we always greet each other. How long have we been doing that, Junior? I don't know, 15 years? We call each other a name that I won't repeat here, but we call each other a name. But so then I had it's just a long day yesterday, and I'm fired up for today. Got a decent workout in this morning, and guess what? I'm going to the Sox game. I know. Only reason we're going is Mexican Independence Day. That was a little special, and there's a tailgate, all you can eat tacos, T-shirt. So I'm like, okay, Viva Mexico. So that's why I'm going. Only reason I'm going. And then I have one more game. I thought this was the last Sox game I have to go to. There's one more for St. Rita because it was supposed to be earlier this year, and that game got canceled. It got rained out, so they had to move it to another game, another September. We're in September, but later this month, like 2 weeks. Yeah, early, like Monday or Tuesday. So, yeah. But man, we got a great show. I can't wait to get started. You know, we are, and I hope you guys are having a good weekend. This weekend is going to be I'm telling you, summer is not going down without a fight. It's elastic because technically summer ends the 22nd of September. And summer's like, no. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be around. I get around and round. I was trying to do Tommy Davidson from In Living Color, but I stopped in the middle. It's supposed to be a mid to high 80s all week until next weekend. I think the lowest is like 83, 84. Watching the news last night, like, holy sheesh. 84, 85, 87, 86, 83, 85, 86. Whoa. The 7-day forecast, the extended forecast, man, it was mid to high 80s. So it's still time for you guys to enjoy summertime shy, although it's over. Everybody's back to work after Labor Day. Schools are in session. And then I have a very special treat. So we're going to the game tonight. Probably watch my White Sox lose their 115th game of the season. But then tomorrow I have a birthday party for Reeby Sori, a good friend of mine, former Chicago Bear. I have to do that in the afternoon. But I also have one of my best friends from college is coming in. Her and her husband are coming in for a wedding. She taught here in Lake Forest High School. Is it Lake Forest? Yeah, I think it was Lake Forest High School. She taught. And right after we got out of college, she taught here for like 5 or 6 years. And then before she moved back to Massachusetts, where she's from. She's coming in, so I'll get to see her, which is really cool. Her and her husband. So I'm excited about that. And then the Bears game on Sunday night. So I have some stuff to do this weekend. It's going to be a good weekend. So we're going to try and get me and my friend and her husband are going to try and get together for maybe dinner tomorrow or brunch on Sunday. We've got to figure that out. They're coming in. Probably should be landing any moment now. So I have a lot to do. And I hope you guys have a lot to do too. All right. I hope you guys are able to spend time with family, friends, or loved ones. All right. Watching football, spending time. Good man, time flies, man. Time really, really flies. And, you know, Lavette Lee, I think this is hilarious because it's so true. It is going to be Daisy Duke weather. Yes. Yes. You give me high 80s. Woo! Mid to high 80s. Come on, baby. Kick them daisies. Oh, man. You know, it's funny how there's no specific name for them, but they were given the title Daisy Dukes. And I just think it's hilarious. So here you go. So I don't know if most of you guys, we have some youngsters here, I think. All right. So if you don't know who Daisy Duke is or where the term came from, it's from a character from the Dukes of Hazzard. All right. And, you know, her name is Catherine Bach. And yes, I had a crush on her back when I used to watch the Dukes of Hazzard. And I did. She was just, you know, it was cool to see. It was just cool to see, you know. But then they got the song because all she did for the most part was wear these shorts that were jean shorts. And it just took off. It just took off from there, and I thought it was awesome. So if you don't know who Daisy Duke is, All right, this is her. Again, her real name is Catherine Bach. She was cousins with Bo and Luke Duke. And we'd like to thank her for her forward thinking in fashion. Her fashion forwards thought of wearing and cutting jeans into shorts that were very, 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 very short. All I can say is the male species, we applaud you. Michelle Wallace and the Dukes of Hazzard. Yes, 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 yes. And he said, Michelle Wallace, I said, my favorite part of the show is the orange car. It was the General Lee, 01. General Lee was the name of the car. Yes, yes, Levette, yep. And Junior says, Reeve and Noe always were very excited when Walter scored. Reeve was my favorite O-lineman until Covert. Reeve Story was ahead of his time. He was one of those. So Reeve Story is from New York. He's a New Yorker, although he doesn't have the New York accent. He, when I say he was ahead of his time, he was extremely athletic. He played basketball growing up in New York. And just because you're an offensive lineman, you're a big guy. I mean, he was only like 260, 270 when he played back then in the 70s. Offensive linemen went 300 pounds moving the way they do. All right, it was 260, 280, between 260 and 280. If you're 280, you're like a tackle. Okay. Reeve was like 260. It can move, can run. Because he would run up and down the basketball court. He was one of those, like he was the four, like you know how Randall Cunningham, we look at Randall Cunningham like, wow, he kind of started the mobile quarterback thing. Reeve might have been the guy who started like the pulling guards, that era. It might have began with him. I'm sure there are others, but his athleticism was crazy. He got out on sweeps to lead Walter and would hunt, big game hunting. He'd be hunting mugs down. So I was fortunate to yes, Junior says he was an excellent pulling guard. Yes, he was, because he could run. He could move. And I was fortunate to cross paths with him way back before the turn of the century. It's funny to hear, huh? I was playing with the Chargers and our GM, John Cola. Big shout out to John Cola, saying, "Hey, there's a football camp, because one of the things I always want us to do is give back to the community." He said, "There's a football camp. Always looking for coaches. He goes, I'm not promising you anything. I'm just promising you that you'll be able to give back to kids." And, he goes, I don't know if they're going to pay you or not. He goes, but just go and volunteer. He goes, it's good karma. He said, even if you don't get paid, it's good karma. So I'm like, sure, no problem. So I went. I met a lady named Anita, who ran the Reeve Story Foundation, and love her. Ain't that funny, Bruja? That's around the turn of the century. Yeah, I met Anita in 97, 98, somewhere in there. And so sure enough, so I went and I volunteered, and I didn't realize this, but all rookies, because there's tons of football camps around. But rookies, they would usually send them, because Reeve was a Bear. He would always call the Bear and say, hey, can you send some rookies just to kind of be, you got Chicago Bears here. We can put Chicago Bears camp, featuring Chicago Bears players, So all the rookies would go. So I worked that thing for like 15 years in a row. And it was dope, because I got to meet all the cool people, all the cool kids. Like Jerry Azuma was one of the, when he was a rookie. But he also headlined the camp as well, because they had one player who would headline it. Mike Brown the A Train, Anthony Thomas, David Terrell, Urlacher, Briggs, all those. When they were rookies, they came and they volunteered their time there, and so it was pretty cool to get to meet those guys. And I actually I hung out with those guys quite a few times. It was pretty cool back in the day, way back in the day. And you know, my friendship with Anita and Reeve, and Reeve, the reason Anita ran his camp was because her husband was his agent. Morty was Reeve's agent, so I got to meet, I got to know the family. So yeah, I'm excited to go to his birthday party tomorrow down at Reeve and Anita's beautiful condo right off Division Street, right off the state, and right, literally right by the Viagra Triangle. Right by the Viagra Triangle. So if you've been out in Chicago, you know exactly. You know exactly where the Viagra Triangle is. So they live over there. They have a gorgeous 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom condo in that area. Ooh-wee. When I say gorgeous, I mean gorgeous. So I'll be there tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it. And again, like I said, I hope you guys have some fun stuff to do. Reeve he's a character, man. The stories that they tell, they talk about, it's awesome. Black Diamond checking in. What's up, Papa? Good morning. Happy TGI Mickey Ficky Friday, baby. I am fired up. I am fired up. But listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break, and on the other side of the break, we're actually going to get to some top of the morning topics. All right? So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Move it!
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms. On Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel, you can find us at Sports Zone Chicago. And on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Stonehouse with pressure, a block! It's scooped up by the Bears! Back the other way! Jonathan Owens! Touchdown, Chicago! Levis, down he goes. Gervondextersr closes the drive. Won a couple of titles, but now getting a major opportunity with Tennessee. Williams trying to find an alley. Still on the move. Is going to have to take off, and he'll run for the first down. Now Santos from 50. One of the best kickers in the NFL in a matchup of two of the great kickers in the NFL.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of Fox. That was the Bears. They won't be on Fox Sunday. They're going to be on NBC. Sunday Night Football, only game on the docket at that point. All eyes on me. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But guys, you know how we do. The first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Let's see. Which way do we go? The first top of the morning topic. Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Which way do we go? All right, here we go. The White Sox, baby. Yay, yay. The good guys. I don't know how good they are. But the White Sox. They welcome the Oakland Athletics. Soon to be the Sacramento Athletics. Soon to be the Las Vegas Athletics. Or are they going to change the name? I don't know. Well, they welcome them to the South Side for a weekend set tonight. First pitch is at 6:40 p.m. Central Time. You can catch that game on NBC Sports Chicago or listen to it on their flagship station, ESPN 1000. That's 1000 a.m. Probables for tonight's game, Brady Basso. He's 0-0 with a 1.93 ERA going up against our mans in them. The left-handed fireballer, Garrett Crochet, who's 6-11 on the season with a 3.83 ERA. The White Sox have lost 114 games. Yes. 114 games. I don't even know what to say. Where that, it's embarrassing. It is beyond embarrassing. And then, what should we call it? What's his name? The guy who owns the team. I'm kidding. Jerry Reinsdorf. Okay. Jerry Reinsdorf puts out a statement the other day talking about, we're not, basically we didn't expect this and blah, 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 which is a complete hogwash. It's all hogwash. It's hogwash. It's crap. And he released it in a statement, a press release. Really? That's how you treat us? That's how you treat your fans who continue to go to the games like this dumb one here. Going to be there today. continue to go to the games, and you're going to give us a press release. You're not even going to give us the courtesy to talk to you and ask you questions. No, you're just going to put out a little press release saying, oh, well, I'm pissed. I'm not happy about this, all this crap. It's an insult to our intelligence. And why most of us still remain Sox fans, I don't know. I really don't. I really, really don't. You look at you give us Chris Getz. You know what? I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there because I'm going to get pissed off because this is a joke of a team, the joke of a franchise. It's an owner who doesn't give a rat's ass about his fans, and all he cares about is money. End of story. End of story. So, bump him. I'm telling you, I wish there was ways they could make him sell the team. You know what I mean? I wish there were ways. He hasn't broken any rules or embarrassed the league. He's old school. He's not going to do that. Well, I mean, the guy from the Clippers did. So, you know what? Bumped. I'm done talking about them. That's my rant. I'm done talking about them. Next topic, the topic of the Cubs. Travel to the Mile High City. They travel to Colorado, where weed is legal. Well, it's legal here too, I guess. The first state to legalize weed. The Cubs travel to Colorado for a 3-game set against the Rockies. First pitch tonight is at 7:40 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on the Marquee Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 670 a.m. The probables for tonight's game: Javier Assad on the bump for the Northsiders, who's 8-5 with a 3.14 ERA, going up against Austin Gomer, who's 5-10 with a 4.50 ERA. The Cubs are doing exactly what I wanted them to do, just to tease you, because I don't like Cub fans. They're still in the fight. All right, they tease you, like, yeah, maybe we'll pretend to be good and give fans hope. We'll win, take 2 out of 3. We'll sweep, no, and then to lose a couple games to teams you shouldn't lose. Shawn, that's funny. Oakland Pathetics. That's funny. Shawn says, old man Reinsdorf is finally stop hiding. Black Diamond says, Shawn, that's Jerry for you. Yeah, it is. It is, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it is. This is a statement from, I guess I should have read this one initially, because I should have read it. It would have been a lot easier. So here's what I'll do. I'll put it up on the screen and I'll read it. This is what this owner had to say. It said, everyone in his organization is extremely unhappy with the results of this season. That goes without saying. This year has been very painful for all, especially our fans. We did not arrive here overnight, and solutions won't happen overnight either. Going back to last year, we have made difficult decisions and changes to begin a foundation for future success. What has impressed me is how our players and staff have continued to work and bring a professional attitude to the ballpark each day, despite a historically difficult season. No one is happy with the results, but I commend the continued effort. I expect to have more to say at the end of the season. So are you telling me you're going to come in and have a press conference and we can ask you questions at the end of the season? Is that what you're telling me? Are you telling me they're going to have a Sox Fest again this year so the fans can ask you questions, you and Chris Getz? Is that what you're telling me? Or by I'll have more to say at the end of the season, do you mean you're going to have another press release? What are we doing here? Pain in the ass. Aunt Moss, what's up, Papa? He's in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, where is it? People chiming in. Bear down, baby. Bear down. Sorry, I got fired up. The next top of the morning topic, the Sky. Woo! The Chicago Sky. They take on the Minnesota Lynx tonight in Minnesota. Tip-off is at 6:30 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Ion TV. Check your local listings for the channel. All right, Ion TV. Ion has a TV deal with the WNBA. They have Friday nights, WNBA on Friday nights for the WNBA, which is great. I think they're finalizing another deal with ABC or ESPN. And I think it's great. So if you have cable or provider or steel cable or Fire Stick, whatever, all right, make sure you check out Ion TV tonight. The thing about it is, we got to remember Angel Reese is out. But I talked about the opportunity that it provides for other people like Isabel Harrison. All right. Even Camila Cardoso has an opportunity to work on her rebounding game. Listen, Ma, you're 6'7". You should be eating everything up. You know what I mean? Like you're not grimy enough down there in the post. And it's tough. That's where all the dirty work is done, but that's where we need Camila Cardoso, especially now that Angel Reese is gone. Angel Reese was the one who went down there and did all the dirty work. Now Camila Cardoso has to do that, and you don't have a running mate. So, yeah. Michelle Wallace said that statement is BS. Yeah. It's just so company. That's what you expect from a company email or press release. Just, yeah, it's no. Oh, my man, Shorty's in the house. Mr. Shorty's in the house, baby. What's going on, Papa? Thank you for tuning in. He says, I can't chat, but bear down. Thank you anyway. I appreciate it. Bear the freak down. The next top of the morning topic. Yeah, baby. Our Bears. The Bears. Yes, the Bears take on Sunday night. They take on the Houston Texans in NRG Stadium. Kickoff is at 7:20. National TV audience as the game is broadcast on NBC5, or you can still listen to it on their flagship station, ESPN 1000. A lot of question marks going into this. A lot of question marks. And I hope I can answer some. I won't be able to answer them all. And if I do, these are just perspectives. My perspective, because here's one of the questions that I have. And here's why. Here's why I gave this the score. If you remember what score I had yesterday, you'll understand why I said that. Okay. This is true. Or this is the big question. will having film on the Texans help? I say it will. Okay, I say it will. You know, you went in last week kind of blind. You didn't know the offensive, defensive sets. There's no film on it. There's first time head coach. Obviously, new talent. Callahan. So there's nothing to do. And I remember I said the coaches, Bears coaches, are going to have to do a phenomenal job of coaching. They're going to have to make adjustments at halftime, and they did, which really gives me so much confidence in this Bears coaching staff. Okay, but now this week you got a whole season of film on the Texans. Now, obviously, Stephon Diggs wasn't there. Okay, but Tank Dell and Nico Collins, they were. All right, those guys were. So, how much is this going to help? Because now you can game plan around it. You can tell their tendencies and what they're comfortable with, what they like to call where and when. So you can prep for it. Obviously, you can study film. So how will it help? Yes. How much will it help? I guess we're going to have to find out. We're going to have to wait and find out, because I can't tell you, and if there's anyone in here who's played football at a pretty high level, you understand the importance of film study. Okay? You understand it. And when you can't, preseason game is different. Because you're just running your offense and you're not game planning for anything. You're just seeing how you're going to do. But when you're game planning and you don't have film to plan your game, to get your game plan together, you're screwed. It's extremely difficult. So I think the fact that they have film, all of last year's film, same offensive coordinator, Bobby Slowick is there, still there. Same quarterback, C.J. Stroud, who had a phenomenal season, phenomenal rookie year. Same wide receivers, although he added one, in Tank Dell and Nico Collins. Oh, yeah, by the way, you upgraded the running back position big time with Joe Mixon. Big time. So now you get to watch last week's game, see how he got down, see what they like to do, because now it's a huge help for CJ Stroud. Now CJ Stroud has a run game. You can just say, hey, turn around, hand the ball off. No biggie. Turn around, hand it off. And Joe Mixon, 30 carries, like a $159. We're talking back that's numbers like they had in the 90s and 2000s where running backs were important. Now they're not so important. I think having film on them is going to be huge. I do. And they'll have more film on us we'll have more film on them than they have on us, because we have all of last year's film from the Texans. Well, I guess they have all of but our offense, different play caller. So I think we win the battle, or we have a slight advantage as far as access to tape. All right, any readily available. I think that's important. Oh man, I'm checking some of the things in Russell Webster in the house. Good morning, baby. My score is 42-10 Houston. Whoa, okay. Black Rain in the house. Good morning, Papa. Black Rain 7920 says CJ didn't look all that great against the Colts. Our defense is better. Yeah, I agree. King Booker World checking in, says salute, chat, and Shawn. Late as hell, but here. You're here. That's all we care about, Papa. That's all we care about. Russell Webster also says the Texas O-line isn't Tennessee's O-line. So you're saying we should be able to get a lot more pressure then, is what I presume, is what it sounds like, right, Russell? Okay. Okay. I think you're right. I think the D line, the line, the trenches are where we can win this game. We'll talk about it a little more. You know, we'll talk about this after the break. Did you guys see Tyreek Hill's the body cam video from the Tyreek Hill traffic stop? Did you see that? I was not happy with it. Let's take a look at this, okay? And just watch and take note of what he could have done better and what the officer should have done better. Let's take a look.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Or what? Why do you have it up? Hey, keep your window down. Manny. Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me that. Get out of the car. Give me that. Break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 What part of violence do you understand? Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting up, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. I'm getting understand? Up. I'm getting up. You understand? Not for you, but what we tell you. I'm getting You're a little confused. I'm getting out, bro. Too late. Chill, bro. Too late. All right, bro. Take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro. We are. We will. Good, bro. It is good. Hey, Drew, hey. Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying. Bro, y'all. Don't move. Good. Bro, you beating on my window like you crazy. Set them up. Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, yo, bro. Bro, dude, beating on my window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing, twin. Damn.
Hey, don't park there. Don't park there.
So here's part of the situation. You know,
I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery in your ears when we go there. Chill, bro. Hey, don't do, bro. Back up. Hey, call Drew.
You can see these guys have
Call Drew. Hey, call Drew.
these cops are on one. There's no need for all that.
Drew, bro. Hey, what? Hey, call Drew, bro. Just call Drew. Hey. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing nothing. What am I doing that's wrong?
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen. Hey, man, the cops over here beating on him, man.
Not this guy's body cam. You see another cop coming from the left. That's the dude who's on one. That's the dude who's got a hard on for these guys.
Hey, get in the car. You're parked in the middle of the street.
I'm in the car. You gotta go. Before you get a ticket.
Hey, I'm in the car.
Who's the driver?
Here comes the other guy.
All right,
on the left, right there.
You gotta move right now. Let me have your license. You're gonna take it too. Let me have your license. You're gonna take it. Let me have your license. I'm leaving. I'm not playing. Let me have your license. Your license right now. Your license right now. You're not gonna give me your license? You're not gonna give me your license?
I'm leaving.
Let me have your license. Your license right now. Hey, your license right now. Or I'm gonna lock you up. Your license right now. Your license right now.
Here's the part where it gets confused. So he came over and said, "Now you're dealing with me." When he's dealing with the other cop who had the situation handled, this guy came over acting like a badass.
All right, go get your license.
He came over like a badass.
Close that door.
And it was completely unnecessary. You know, completely unnecessary. You know, here's the thing. First and foremost, I'm going to start with Tyreek Hill. Okay? Tyreek Hill, stop being an asshole. Okay? Stop being an asshole. Okay? Don't worry, I'll get to the police. But you have this, because you're Tyreek Hill, you feel that people should know who you are. Okay? I hate to break it to you, the whole world does not know who Tyreek Hill is. Okay? 2, don't talk to officers like that. Don't be knocking on my window like that. Who the hell are you? You give them reason to act crazy. Your privilege or your status of a professional player has clouded your judgment. Has made you forget you're still a black man, a rich black man, but you're still a black man. And you had to have received that talk from your parents. That's a situation where you say, yes, sir, no, sir. Okay? And you had your windows tinted. And you obviously you're going to get arrested for that. I mean, get a ticket for speeding, which was what the traffic stop was for. But you don't get to talk to officers that way because you give them a chance to go rogue and act crazy. But you think, oh, I'm Tyreek Hill, I could do whatever I want. No, don't put yourself in that position because you could be right, officer could be wrong, and you could be dead. So his arrogance got in the way. I'm Tyreek Hill. I'm a multimillionaire. I'm a wide receiver for the Dolphins. So when they ask you, well, yeah, police can't. Steve-O said the police can't demand ID without cause. Well, for Tyreek, yeah, the cause was speeding, but the other guy who pulled over, that this is why. See, and the guy just pulled over and see you do stupid shit. He pulled over and his car is still like out. If you were to pull over on the side, still in the street, but put your flashers on, and but you also have to look. Well, I'll give me a second. So Tyreek needs to realize that it doesn't matter who you think you are. All right. I don't understand. You know, you're still a black man driving and dealing with law enforcement. Have you not seen the countless situations that ended fatally for black people in dealing with the police? Have you not seen this? Have you not seen? But you thought, no, I'm different. It's not going to happen to me. And it almost could have. And it was going down that road. And you could tell when he was mad, oh, call Drew. When your little smart mouth, don't knock on my window. Well, you're knocking on my window like I'm crazy. They weren't banging on your window. You didn't like it. You didn't like it. But don't go speeding. Crazy idea. If you know you're speeding, then don't act like an asshole when a cop pull you over. And don't give them lip. It gives them a right to act like assholes. Because you know what? Here's the bottom line is that a lot of people become cops so they can be assholes. A lot of people become cops because they're power hungry. A lot of people become cops because they're racist. And they'll be able to do this. They have authority in situations like this. This is why some people become police officers. I said some. But don't put yourself in a position, all the millions of dollars you have, all the touchdowns you've scored, don't mean jack. Be respectful. Even if they are not respectful, you have more to lose than them. You're a multi-millionaire pro athlete. They are not multi-millionaire pro athletes. They're probably not multi-millionaires. All that yours could be taken, all that you have could be taken away in a heartbeat. But you want to get loud and snippy and like, man, don't be knocking on my window like that. Who you think you are? Blah, blah. Okay. What he did was wrong. But he can't see inside the car. You're not understanding his point of view. He can't see inside of your car. When he pulls you over, he needs to be able to see. You don't understand that the main objective. If there's anyone in here is a person in law enforcement, let me know. Your main objective every night is to come home to your family. It's to come home to your family. Okay? When you pull up to a car, you don't know what is going to happen. And when the windows are tinted, you don't know what's in that car. Again, I'm not saying what the officer did was right. No. All I'm saying is he's got a responsibility, or it's self-preservation. I need these windows down so I can see for my safety. Now, he could have said that. I need you to keep these windows down for my safety. The cop was wrong. He had an attitude. He got an attitude because Tyreek got an attitude. You can't be going 100 miles an hour, 50, 30, 40 miles over the speed limit and not get pulled over. And they get mad when you get pulled over? Come on, man. That's where your entitlement comes in. That's where you think that privilege is in. The privilege you have does not entitle you to that, as you just found out. You know, you get pulled over, and I've been pulled over a few times in my life. And I've had that talk. And it's yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, sir, yes. So whenever I'm getting pulled over, as long as it's not freaking freezing out, I don't have tints on my car, but I roll the windows down. Because one, it disarms them. It takes them from here to here. It brings them down. Why? Because if you're voluntarily rolling your windows down, it shows that you have nothing to hide. So they're not on 10. They may go back to 8. They may be on 8, not 10. And I'll tell you what, 8's a hell of a lot better than 10 when you're dealing with somebody. Marshawn Walls, the police didn't ask for a license or registration. He should have. Yes, he should have. Here's where the cop got it wrong. Is you can't let somebody talking to you, how they talk to you, dictate you doing your job professionally. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not. Believe you me, I'm not saying it's easy. Believe you, I was a teacher for 15 years. Some of those years I had to sub before I got a permanent position. You walk in, and these kids want to say everything, anything, and everything because you're a sub for that day. You've had kids tell you, get the fuck out of my face. Yeah. You don't think I wanted to smack the hell out of them? You have to remain professional. This is what that officer didn't do. You're right. License and registration. You're driving X amount. Do you know why I pulled you over? Tyreek got a little mouthy. The officer got mouthy. And it was all downhill from there. Okay. The officer needed to ask, tell him what I need your license and registration. I'm pulling you over. Do you know why I'm pulling you over? You're going over the speed limit. I need your license and registration. So both sides were wrong, had a lot of things that they did wrong. But Tyreek, go ahead, do that again. You're lucky it wasn't a fatal traffic stop for you. All right, you understand? You're a big guy. Those I don't mean big, tall, but they can tell you lift weights. You don't think they come across people who lift weights all the time? Of course they do. And if they don't know you, they don't know if you're on roids or roided up. And according to King Booker World said I got a homie that's an officer in Florida, and he says roids is heavy in the department. So now you got, because think of there's so many bodybuilders down there, people who lift. So it doesn't surprise me that there are roids in the police department, because you got to stay strong as some of the people that you come across, which could give them roid rage. Aunt Mouse pulled out for driving a fancy car and to collect taxes. I don't know about that. Again, here's the thing. When you're speeding, you know you're speeding. Okay? We all know when we're speeding. We all know it. Okay? And Mouse, let me see what you're saying. It says, Shawn, can you do record request for the speed reader? See if we have proof of speeding. I'm not sure. If they can't provide it, then it's BS. So I'm not sure what you're saying. You asked them for the speed reader? I'm not sure. And Cornelius, you're on point. The average person wouldn't have responded to the police that way. No, they wouldn't have. But Tyreek decided to go about it completely the wrong way. And if you would have ended up hurt or dead, it's everything. You know the oversaying, life is 10% what happens, 90% how you react to it. You sit there and believe me, I've dealt with so much, thousands of kids, and I get it. He's a little smart ass. He's an athlete. He's a millionaire. Can't tell me shit. I get it. I understand. But that attitude, is that okay if you're dead? And I don't want to think, I'm taking it to an extreme, because I'm not taking it to an extreme, because that's the way it's happened for many black folks who've gotten pulled over by the cops. I'm not saying, that's a rare case. It's not a rare case. There's tons of documented instances where that has happened. But you think you're bigger than the system because you play for the Miami Dolphins, and you can talk to law officers that way. Do not put yourself in that position, period. Be respectful. It has nothing to do with you not being a man, or you being a punk, or you being a little bi. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that they're trying to get home to their families every night, and you should be trying to get home to your families. You're 37 freaking kids that you got by 36 different women. But you're trying to have a pissing contest You're trying to have a sausage showing contest. Mine's bigger than yours. When all you have to do is say yes or no, sir. Yes, sir, I was speeding. I was going to practice, or I'm doing this. I'm Tyreek Hill with the Dolphins. Tell him your story. If you say, hey, you know what, officer, I'm sorry. I'm Tyreek Hill with the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to practice, so I'm doing this. I have to do this. I'm kind of going crazy. You know, I'm late. I'm this. I'm that. They're human. You come at them like that, they'll be like, okay, listen, I need you to slow down. Cool. And you'll be like, all right, sorry about that. Perfect. But you come at them with an attitude and condescending, man, dude, you're opening yourself up for a world of hurt. And the fact is, you just got handcuffed and detained. It could have got a lot worse for you. A lot worse. And I'm not saying it would have been right. I'm not saying it would have been right if worse happened to you, because it wouldn't have been. But when you open the door, no pun intended, but when you open the door, this is what can happen. I hope other athletes see this and don't say, oh, he was wrong, man. He was wrong, man. No, bump that. They're racist. They're this, they're that. Okay, you know what? Guess what? They might be racist. They might be racist. Did you realize there was a technology that I forgot what county, what state I should say. It was going to help so where they could scan your face. All right. When you come in the stadium, they can scan your face, and it has everything about that person. The law enforcement in that state or in those counties, or basically the union rep, said they didn't want that in the stadiums. Why? Because they can tell if say an officer comes through and it comes up, and all of a sudden you see what he's involved in. All of a sudden their secrets are exposed. Oh, it has your whole background in there just by your face. These facial scanners, they have these. So the governing body or the law officer, no, they didn't want that, because now you can find out who the racists are. Now you can find out who the Proud Boys are. Now you can find out all the people who have an agenda. So yes, there are some on the force. And again, some, not all. But do you want to take that chance that you run across a guy that's not racist? Do you want to take that chance? I wouldn't. So both parties were wrong in some instances. And I'm for his sake, he's fortunate it didn't get worse. Because Lord have mercy, it could have got a whole lot worse. Just when your athletic privilege didn't save your ass. Because you didn't like getting thrown down to the ground. You didn't like, and again, I'm not saying it was deserved, because it wasn't. But when you open your mouth and you're disrespectful and you're condescending to law officers, they will do stuff and ask for forgiveness later. Remember that. They will do what they want to do and ask for forgiveness later. And then if something really bad happens, you know that the blue shield, they're going to hide behind that. And they're going to go, and we've seen it, they'll dig deep in your past. Well, this guy has a history of hitting women. It goes all the way back to Oklahoma State, which is why he was kicked off the Oklahoma State team for assault. I don't know if it was a physical, or that was Joe Mixon. But sexual assault or physical assault, whatever it was at Oklahoma State, they had him kicked off. Don't let it go there. King Book of World, man, you're on it. Lots of them don't even need a reason to fuck with you. Don't give them reasons. Try your best to remain calm. No, you don't try. You remain calm. Because you know a bullet can come flying through your head any second. any second. And if that don't calm you down, I don't know what does. I don't know what does. So, again, both parties are wrong. I hope this is used as a tool for other athletes who think you're big and bad, who think that the laws don't apply to you because you're a multimillionaire athlete. They don't. And what's going to happen is people aren't going to take it to heart until a pro athlete gets killed because he was speeding. Then he talks down to the officers and very dismissive of the officers. They might not even like you, first of all, because you're speeding, so now you're a criminal. They look at you as a criminal. 2, you're a black guy. Okay, great. And you got crazy hair. 3, now you're being condescending. And 4, I'm part of the Proud Boys. I'm part of the KKK. Man, that's a bad combo, bro. And you don't know who's coming to knock on your window or who's coming to your car. And you want to take those chances as a black man in America? Okay. Do better. Do better. King Booker World, you ain't lying. Some have been killed for less. So I'm glad he didn't get killed. I'm glad it didn't go to where it could have gone because it would not have been good. Let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to finish up with some Bears talk because I'm fired up. You can tell I'm fired up because I was mad. I was mad at this shit. Tyreek Hill, you think you can just talk to officers any way you want and no repercussions? Like you forgot you live in America? You forget? Oh, because you're rich. You think laws don't apply to you? But you found out now, didn't you? Steve will say, do you think he learned something? No, I didn't learn anything because he got off. Because if I'd have kept playing it, there was another minute or two in that video. You know, like, no, there's somebody who came. I don't know who it was. But they came and they're like, hey, you know, they released him and everything. And then he was like, oh, he's got to go. You know, the next day in his presser, he's got to go. Yeah, that officer's got to go. How about you not be a jagoff? How about you be respectful? He wasn't hitting. He wasn't knocking on your window. There's a difference between knocking on your window and banging on your window. You heard the other officer, the second officer who came to the car said, you roll that window down or we're going to break it. There's a difference between a hard knock and a chance or an attempt to break the window. And if you didn't like it, then just roll your window down so they can't bang on the window. Crazy idea. I'm glad you didn't get hurt. Let's take a quick break. We got Bears talk on the other side. Don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Brian Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face. Ugly.
Hey, bud, what you doing?
I'm playing with cars.
Cars? Can you show me what a car does? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. First of all, this is a school zone. So you need to put down your cell phone, stop texting, and let's get to driving. Now you're coming up to a stop sign, right? You need to slow down and stop before you hit that Y line. I want you to look left, right, left. You don't want to get hit by a car going on your left and to your right to make sure you don't get sideswiped by a guy coming from your right. You're coming, and you see a crosswalk. You better slow your horses down because the #1 rule of driving is always yield to pedestrians. Now stop, pull over, and you are done driving. Gosh, what do they teach you kids in school nowadays?
Third down and 6. Here they come. Gordon's coming. Levis gets wrapped up. Flings it ahead. It's picked off. Tyreek Stevenson will give the Bears the lead on another defensive play.
Watch Caleb. On the move.
Oh, quick one. Swift. 7-point lead.
Try and waste his clock.
And DJ Moore will get the little jet sweep here. He found a hole. And Moore picks up yardage out past the 25-yard line. They run away from the pressure with Swift, who tries to hurdle his way past the defender into Tennessee territory. He leapt over Quandre Diggs and picked up the longest Bears play of the day at 19 yards. They need to get to midfield. Levis off the back foot, floats it up for Boyd. It is picked off. Jalen Johnson seals the deal, and the defense wins the day for Chicago.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of Fox. Got me fired up, baby. Got me fired up. That was our Bears last Sunday, 5 days ago, on the lakefront at home. This weekend, we're going on the road to Texas, down to Texas, take on those Texans in Energy Stadium. All right, Sunday night under the lights. All right, only game on the docket. I like it. All right, NBC 5. Listen to it on ESPN 1000. 7:20 p.m. kickoff. And they're going to paint this as the battle of two young quarterbacks, and it's not. Let's not get caught up into that nonsense. All right, it's not Caleb versus CJ Stroud. Okay, it's not. Okay. It's a good question, Junior. Maybe we'll talk about that. Should retire. You know how I feel. But they're going to paint this as Tua versus Tua. He got me as CJ versus Caleb, and it's not. It's not. Okay. One, they don't go against each other. It's not like it's Aaron Rodgers and Urlacher back in the day. But also, it's a team sport, so it's not just me versus you. It's not one versus one, but media likes to do that. They like to sell tickets. They like to get you excited about it. Oh, the one-on-one matchup. You can't. They play the same position. They're not matching up against each other. All right, completely different circumstances. It's not basketball where you can go one-on-one. Oh, you got me in this one? All right, come down. Well, I can get a pick set where they can switch, and you're going to be guarding me. and literally me versus you. No, it's not. It's not like that. All right, but they do that just for marketing purposes. All right, because it's not. I'm concerned a little bit with the fact that the Bears are down some receivers. All right, I don't think Rome Odunze will play. I don't think he should play. I don't think Rome should play at all. Why risk his availability later in the season if he re-aggravates it? Why don't you just sit him out a week or two till he's good, and then you have the rest of the season to play? But now if he's out 4 to 6 because next week or on Sunday, he re-aggravates it or worsens the injury, well, then what was the point? So I think you should sit Rome out, which means you're down. And Keenan, he's got a heel injury. If he plays, what's his percentage going to be? What's it going to be? Remember last week I talked about DeAndre Hopkins coming back, like he had a sprained MCL, and I'm like, be physical with him, knock him out of the game, or take him out of the game. I should say neutralize him. There you go. All right, make sure he's not a factor. So you put Keenan in there with a bad heel, he might get neutralized. So that's where I have an issue. However, we still have DJ Moore. My thought is this. I think this team has a lot of guys better have a revenge game in mind on Sunday. In particular, those middle three linemen, the center and the two guards, need a revenge game. They got their asses handed to them by Devondre Sweat. Okay. And now I can't think of the Simmons. They were embarrassed. I better see Tevinjenkins come out with his hair on fire. Tevinjenkins needs to make that up. Not for my sake, not for his sake. He's in a contract year. And you come out game one. And you get manhandled. So you get manhandled. You have a history, a long documented history of injury with this team. And you want a big contract from this team? Not the way to get it done. Definitely not the way to get it done. Because in negotiations, they're like, okay, well, guess what? Devondre Sweat is the first Devondre Sweat. Guess what? They're going to start getting more people in the NFL like that. 350, 360 pounds who can move and are violent like him. This is the evolution of the NFL. Bigger, stronger, faster. More explosive. Devondre Sweat's the first. There's going to be a whole bunch. So now there are going to be a whole bunch of guys looking for guys like Devondre Sweat. So, Tevin, I don't know, Papa. You want a big contract? You want to stay a Bear? Here's your chance. All right, you need to come out and you need to dominate again. Dominate like we've seen you. Nate Davis, I'm still not a big fan of his. And him being hurt made Ryan Bates go to guard, put Shelton in center. That kind of screwed everything up. I was hoping that Bates would win the center job. Keep Nate Davis at right guard, Tevin at left. But you know, my ideal line is move Tevin to the right side with Darnell right, and then everyone fight it out for the left guard spot. But they need a redemption game. They do. They need to run the ball right down their throats. They need to run the ball right down the throat of the Texans. And keep Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter, keep them out. You get inside shoulder, make them go around you. Don't let them trail the play. If the play is going away from you, bam, block him for an extra 2 or 3 seconds, knowing that your guy probably not going to get to him. But you got to come back and run this ball, because you run the ball. Guess what? A lot of your pass game is predicated on the run, with play action, boots, nakeds, all those things predicated on the run. So this is the offensive line game on Sunday night, and I don't give a damn if it's boring. I don't give a damn if people say, "Oh, they didn't throw the ball very much," and I don't care. Nobody cares. Did you win or did you lose? Shane Waldron's going to have he's got to have a comeback game too. I think you have a better, each week that goes by, practice and game, you get a better idea of what your players can do. What can your players do? Because your players might be able to do some things in practice that they might not be comfortable with or confident enough to do or attempt in the game. So you got to figure that out. What are they willing to do? What can they do? And call plays that maximize it. So Shane Waldron has, he's got to have a redemption game too. All right. One of the things that I talked about was footwork for Caleb. Get back. Son, you're 6'1" and change. Not even 6'1 and a half. You're 6'1. Like 6'1 and an eighth. Get back. Shane Waldron has to really hype or impress upon him the importance of getting good dropbacks, even in the shotgun. Even in the shotgun, good dropback, full dropbacks are necessary. They're necessary. There are a couple of throws that you couldn't make, or a couple of plays you couldn't make because you were, one, you didn't see, two, the ball were batted down, and if you're back just a yard or two more, the angle's different. That has to be stressed this week. It has to be. You're 6'1", kid. You're not 6'3". You're not 6'4". King Book of World says, I want the Bears to shut the world up. I do too, but they got to play smarter football. Smarter football. I think Cole Kmet's going to be a big time contributor this week after they basically put him on the shelf and left him there last week. I think DeAndre Swift should be a bigger part of the offense this week since they kind of put him on the shelf and left. I think Khalil Herbert, I shouldn't say Swift, Khalil Herbert, I think he has a big game. I'm looking for him to have a big game because with what do they do with him? He had 6 carries? Something like some craziness like that. This is a guy who had 100 yards rushing a couple times for you last year. So the offensive, the play calling is paramount. It's paramount. How can you keep this Texans defense off balance? How can you keep them off balance? And Caleb King Booker World, you're pissing everybody. King Booker World writes, I'm already sick and tired of the Texans. People are boosting them a little much. You're mad at Tennessee last week. Now you're mad at the Texans. Yeah, Cornelius says, I'm not worried about at all about Caleb because he has skills that you just can't teach, like his quick release. No, I'm worried about him. I'm worried about him. Let me not say worried. Let me say I'm concerned. There's coaching, and here's where Shane's got to come in and earn your keep. All right, get his dropbacks tighter, more efficient. All right, and impress upon him you can't take sacks. All right, throw the ball out. Even if the receiver's getting close to the sideline, just throw it over his head. Fling it over his head, throw it in his general direction, come back to play another day. I think the Bears are going to do well because of what I feel is the attitude that those three interior linemen need to have. I think they need to feel like this is a redemption game. Every game you play, Tevin Jenkins, is a redemption game because of your injury history. Your injury history is working against you when it comes to your paper. So what are you going to do? And then you get manhandled by the new breed of nose guard and 3-tech. And I think that's why I think the Bears have a great shot. You start running the ball, it opens up a lot more. Makes things easier a lot on Caleb. And Caleb's got to do one thing. He's got to learn. He's got to stop escaping the pocket the same way. He likes to spin backwards and go to his left. Okay? He does that a lot. Defensive linemen know this. Especially if you're up his right shoulder. And so make him go left. If you don't think they're talking about this, you are crazy. But I don't like that. I think he's got to go left. He's got to go right. Either way, but stop going to the left all the time. Stop going to the left all the time. Because that becomes predictable. And when it's predictable, bad things can happen. Shane, we need you, Mr. Waldron. We need you. On the defensive side of the ball, I need more pressure earlier. But I'm going to chalk a lot of that up to, again, not having tape. Because we saw what happened in the second half when I said, okay, here's what they're doing. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. So this week with film, they should come out of the gates ready to roll. They should have tendencies. They should have favorite moves and counter moves. All this should be done, should be known. And that's why I think this Bears team gets off to a quick start. I could be wrong. But this defense, they understand that right now they're the strength of this team. And they understand they'll probably have to win it or contribute to the win. And I think they're okay with that. And so I think this defense is talented enough, more than enough talent on that team to carry a team for a couple of weeks. And their strength, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Stephon Gibbs. The receiving core is going up against our strength. Our DBs. We got three great DBs. 2 outside guys in a slot. So then it comes down to, can they stop the run? Well, we're going to find out. Joe Mixon had a buck 59 last week, I want to say. 30 carries. It's 5 yards a pop, baby. Can't be giving up 5 yards a pop and expect to stop CJ Stroud later. Can't do it. So this is a good test for our Bears. This is a very good test. This is a litmus test. But I think film will help them. I think the fact that they're able to watch the tendencies, you can find them. We're human. We all have patterns. Find it, exploit it, and we'll see. And we'll see. You know, this linebacking core, I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to TJ Edwards flying around again. Again, this dude is a tackling machine. A tackling machine. I like it. I love this young man. Joe Mixon is going to be tough. You stop him. Now you're having, and I know it's their strength, the Houston strength, but again, it's our strength too. We'll go strength to strength. But is our pass rush better than your pass pro? That's the question. Is our pass rush better than your pass pro? Because if it is, you're in for a long day. If you can't get Mixon on track and you can't pass, how the hell are you going to move the ball and score? So Bears are faced with a difficult task, not a daunting one. They got a tough task ahead of them. But it's a good test or a good task because now you get to see where you're at. You're playing a playoff team week 2. Pretty much everyone's coming back. Same system, same play callers. And where do we stack up against this team? Where does our quarterback stack up against this quarterback who had a phenomenal year? Oh, by the way, yeah, he's offensive rookie of the year. Oh yeah, they have a defensive rookie of the year too in Will Anderson. Go figure. But this game is going to come down to the trenches, like most of the time they do. You win the line of scrimmage, you probably win the game. Probably. I'm saying for sure, but probably. Listen, guys, if you have any questions, do me a favor. Put them in the chat. I'll answer some questions for you right now. Before we get ready to get out of here, we got about 10 minutes left. I want to hear some of your questions that you have for your boy. I'll do my best to answer them. But do me a favor, put some questions in the comments of what of your thought process, what you have going on in that brain of yours. Because I think a guy who's going to be a big help, which he already was Tory Taylor. Tory Taylor was, man, he pinned him. And don't get me wrong, they had a couple of decent returns. But imagine if that started 10, 15 yards closer to, down the field. But Tory Taylor is the real deal. He is, wow. Like I said, I played with a guy like him before, so I knew what they could bring. And seeing it on Sunday, it looked good. Looked great, as a matter of fact. So, again, hats off to Ryan Poles. the way you constructed this team, the way this team is constructed, it's built for the long haul. And right now you have a couple of guys on 5-year deals, all the rookies. Cap space is going up. Ryan Poles, I think you're one great edge rusher away from making this playoff defense into a Super Bowl champion defense. That's all. One big play, one big edge rusher. And it could be Austin Booker. He could be that dude. Or it could be Darrell Taylor. Could be him. We don't know. But they're going to give us everything we can handle and then some. Black Diamond says, I got a feeling Houston's going to try and feature Houston. What's the Houston on Houston? I'm not sure. Type that again, Black Diamond. Cornelia says, do you think the Bears should use more 12 personnel this week? 1 running back, 2 tight ends. Yes. Or 21 personnel. So if the tight end is in 12 personnel, if the second tight end is in motion, leading up on a block, then just go 12. 12 personnel. I'm sorry, 21 personnel. 2 running backs, 1 tight end. Now you can have a fullback. And I'll tell you what, Kari Blasingame kind of annoyed me. He gave up a sack last week, and the dude came out the corner. He picked him up perfectly, and then let him go by him. Let him go by him. Like, what the hell? Not a happy camper at all on that play. King Booker Will says the Bears running backs should receive 30 to 35 rushing attempts this week. Yes, sir, Bob. Yes. Yes. I said it yesterday on Nomad's show. If you go and you tell an offensive line, just the head coach comes in the room. O-line coach is there, but head coach comes into the room and says, gentlemen, this is an offensive line game. We're going to win with you or we're going to lose with you. But we're going to run the ball 30 times today. I guarantee you get them all amped up just by saying that. You have to stay consistent. Even if nothing breaks the first 10 or 15, you must stay consistent. We must. Let's see. How do you leave? Yeah. So, let's see. No one else with questions? King Vocal World said, should see 35 attempts. Rashawn Walls, you agree? Key to the game, Bears running game needs to get going. Yes, it does, Doctor. Yes, it does. It needs to get going big time because they have a run game. Joe Mixon showed they have a run game. And here's the crazy part about it. They had no qualms in feeding him the ball. None. So Gervon Dexter, Billings, anyone else who plays, get ready to be sore from trying to tackle the guy. Just wait. I'm wondering how Coach Eberflus coaches. Now that he knows or has an idea, I wonder what his game plan is. I'd love to find out. Is he going to show pressure early, back off? Is he going to back off, show pressure early or later? I hope he's able to dial up some key blitzes. I hope. So, but anyway, let me see this real quick. Yeah. Well, guys, 2 hours is come and gone. Holy shnikes. I want to thank you guys for coming on and chatting, baby. For coming on and keeping this chat room live. definitely give yourself a round of applause. I appreciate and love the support that you guys give me. It's great to talk sports with you guys. It's great to just do what I love to do. All right. And you guys are a big reason why I'm able to do that. All right. Listen, guys, this weekend is going to be dope. There's a lot of stuff to do. The weather's going to be in the mid to high 80s. Okay, so summertime shy is not left. Bring a jacket if you're going to be out late because that shit will drop quick, fast, in a hurry. All right, the Sox are in town. You can go watch them lose like I'm doing tonight. The Cubs are on the road, so unless you want to go to Philly, let me see. Colorado. Cubs are in Colorado. All right, a lot to do. You know me, patios, rooftops. All right, get out there, enjoy it. It's gonna be gorgeous, man. I'm fired up for this weekend. A lot of good stuff. So I hope you do too. And then we're gonna cap it off with a Chicago Bears victory on Sunday night, and you know my ass will have the Bears victory chain on. I'll have it on. Listen, for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, Elliot Baez is our executive producer. Clarence Council III is our social media guy, my co-host Adam Sencha Maya. Guys, I'm your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra. Guys, have a phenomenal week. Okay, a phenomenal weekend. Okay, leading into a great week next week, but have a phenomenal weekend. It should be fun. All right, if you're of Mexican descent, you don't have to be, but if you are, and you're gonna, what are you doing for Mexican Independence Day weekend? There's gonna be tons of stuff to do. They got El Grito Fest back downtown at Grant Park. What do you guys plan to do? Or are you just gonna drive around waving your flags? Just a question. All right, folks. I'm out of here. Guys, I'm your boy, the Superback. You have a phenomenal, phenomenal day. All right, make it great. Your boy is out.